Ready? Great. So we're here in Bloomsbury in London for the Extractables and Leachables conference. Can you tell me a little bit about what's going on here?
I'm here with Thermo Fisher Scientific, and we're here to engage with our customers who are talking to us a lot about different technologies and workflows that they want to implement to analyse extractables and leachables.
And for the uninitiated, can you give us your sort of overview of what extractables and leachables are?
Well, extractables are the pharmaceutical impurities and contaminants, and that come from the packaging, the container closure system that surround the final pharmaceutical product. So extractables are identified in a laboratory test, so you take the material of interest and you extract it. Leachables themselves are contaminants that really do end up in the final product. So there you analyse the product. So if you take a metered dose inhaler, the extractables test would be performed on the plastic coating, the wrapper, the aluminium cylinder. But for the leachables test, you do it on the actual product that you have to dispense. Yeah.
That makes sense. So I think, when we think about extractables and leachables, we're talking about a very wide range of potential contaminants, right? That can come into the product.
So it's unlimited, really.
So that's a real challenge. So can you talk me through some of the main challenges in extractables and leachables testing?
You have somewhere in the region of 9,000–10,000 different polymer materials that the pharmaceutical industry work with and make their contact closure systems with. And with that, those materials change over time, and very often these polymers are not made just for pharmaceuticals. They might be made to make sports shoes. Right. And they adapt those polymers with different agents and materials to modify the polymeric properties. Those additives can then leach out into the final pharmaceutical product. So the range of contaminants is huge. It can be anything from trace elements such as cadmium, lead, or it can be volatile solvents that are used in the adhesive of a label that goes on the outside packaging. High resolution accurate mass spectrometry has become the instrument technology of choice.
Why do you think that is? Is it purely because of confidence in identification, or?
It's exactly that. So the whole test actually isn't to improve the final drug product. It's to reduce any risk associated with the final drug product. If you can identify smaller and smaller peaks that potentially could end up in that product, you can do a risk assessment with an added degree of confidence. So the enabling aspect of high-resolution accurate mass spectrometry gives people the additional mode of confidence, so that it's not just with library searching, it's with elemental composition data down to very, very low mass tolerances that allow risk assessors to be sure that the compound of interest has been fully and effectively evaluated.
Can you tell me a little bit about the unknown aspects of extractables?
Well, you're not really looking for the usual suspects. You can do those with targeted analysis effectively. The real challenge is identifying the true unknowns, because they often carry the highest risk. The compounds that you know about, you have already performed a toxicological evaluation. It's the one thing that can end up that maybe leaches into a product 2 years on the shelf, 3 years on the shelf, 4 years on the shelf. So being able to identify those unknowns early can actually minimize the cost during development, or actually the cost of having a drug that's recalled.
There must presumably be libraries and software tools that enable you to evaluate what that peak might be. Is there anything you can share with us on that front?
Yeah, well, we have a number of proprietary libraries that we sell and work with customers, but we also have one that we're really excited about. It's called MZ Cloud. Now, this is a free online library that deals with both MS and MS spectra, and it's freely searchable. Customers can contribute spectra to it, and we really see this as a future. As pharmaceutical companies share the materials that they're working with in their packaging, they'll also share the spectra openly and freely online.
I think we've covered. I think we've ticked most of the boxes.